Welcome to the Best Forkin' Friends. It's Etch here, and we got Joel. He once found 2 rare Pokemon cards in a pack.
Yeah, dude. Only 2, though.
Yeah. Then we got Jesi, who
What
once found the Lonctus monster.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we got Paul, who once broke up 2 prison fights.
That's Cap, bro.
That's Cap?
That's Cap.
It was actually
All right.
5. 5. He's that strong.
So, well, he is a tough son of a
He's
buck,
strong.
I'll tell you what. So we're going to, if you hadn't listened to the last episode, you know where we're starting. We're starting with the Denver airport. And there is a bunch of conspiracies about that, to the horse with the red eyes or the alien airport underneath the regular airport. It did take a long time for it to build.
It's always into construction.
Oh, yeah.
We were there
Still today.
We were there about a year ago.
Yeah. And, dude, did you see the weird paintings on the wall?
We saw a
Joel?
lot of stuff.
We're starting with you.
What?
We're starting with you. How do you feel about the Denver airport, man? What do you think? Do you think it's just a normal airport with a lot of construction, or is there more to it?
We got through security pretty quick, so I think it's all right.
Oh, yeah. I think I would take that as a not good thing.
He's over there chuckling. No, I've heard some of the theories. I don't know a lot of them. I just know that there's like this, there's like an underground bunker airport Illuminati headquarters or something.
I mean, yeah, it took like almost a year or 2 years longer to build, and like what, $4 or $5 billion. No, it's a lot more over the.
They were way over budget.
Yeah, I don't know exact numbers, but they were way over budget, and it took way longer than everybody thought.
Yeah.
And if you go online and you look at pictures, there's some sketchy. There's more to Denver Airport than what you're saying there, buddy. I think.
There was
Think
also
so?
construction people that have said that there was a lot more underneath that
Yeah.
was built that is not visible
Yep.
to the public.
They also use multiple construction companies. Like, they'd get to a certain point, and they would only give them so much of the blueprint, and then they would fire them once they were done, because they didn't want too much to be known from any particular person. Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think it was intentionally done as a government safe hold for a place for like government people to go to in case there's something that goes awry.
Like the wealthy people or the high politicians.
Uh-huh.
Paul, once again, dude, like everything, I am so interested to hear what
You're
have
not
to
gonna
say
hear a
about
lot
this.
from me. I've been in the
You
airport.
don't have anything to say?
I've been in the airport a lot of times.
Have you been there, Etch?
I think
I've been there before,
I
dude.
think
Wait, when
it's
did you-
very
when-
weird that airport is 25 to 30 miles
Yeah.
west of Denver,
Yes.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
There are hotels and things, and I've seen over the years where there was suspicious activity just east of the airport
Mm-hmm.
in the desert, and that there were other things going on. And this is prior to me ever going to the airport. I mean, I've heard for years that there are things going on in that location. I cannot say that I know 100%.
Yeah.
Do I deny that there's probably something going on over there? I do not.
Okay.
I do believe that there's something that we do not know about going on. In
But
that
you don't
area.
think it's too crazy? Like,
No.
there's an underground airport, like
Absolutely.
Men in Black. I mean, I'm thinking Men
I
in
mean,
Black style. There's like,
yeah.
there's creatures down there. There's like big ass.
That's where the
know.
aliens
I
are
don't know.
coming in.
I don't know about that. Which
I mean,
you
that's
know,
just me.
You know, I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
But
So why couldn't the aliens have an airport then? Where are they coming into the country? I mean, where are they getting here?
they're
at, right?
illegals, bruh. They're illegals.
They're just
Whoa,
popping the
whoa.
wall,
we
right?
just got to deport them, man.
Different kind of aliens there, I think. Whoa.
Oh,
I think he means like little gray and green people is what he's talking about.
And
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier, I'd be less surprised by seeing green people running around with huge eyeballs and a
Yeah.
deformed head than I would by a Bigfoot. That would not surprise me by seeing green people. Running
You're saying that you think it's more likely that little green people are on Earth than a Bigfoot.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
100%.
Bigfoot actually resembles something that could possibly exist.
And yet nobody can capture this being.
Because it's smart.
There's no aliens either.
But I don't believe that one bit.
They
I mean, I guess I can't
Dude,
Joel,
Our
they
they got 'em
universe
on
is
lockdown,
huge,
dude.
and we don't
Yeah.
know how far advanced other people from other planets and throughout the galaxy are. I do not believe that there's not far more advanced technology than we have
Some kind of life
for people to
out
come
there.
here from another place versus a chupacabra or a Bigfoot. Come on.
Mhm.
If that was the case, we got cameras everywhere. Everybody's got a freaking smartphone these days. We would have documented it and it'd be out there with proof. It wouldn't just be something speculative.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It wouldn't be speculation. at
Especially
this
now
point.
with all, like you said, with all the technology. I mean,
It's
back
on
in the
this
day, it's
planet.
kind of hard to capture, right? Because you
Yeah.
got like the cameras are like big on the shoulder, like 45 pound. But
We've
now
got,
we got
millions
phones.
of hunters,
Yeah.
and every hunter has a camera, and every hunter spends
Yeah.
lots of hours on the ground. Plus, we got trail cameras everywhere. If something like that was in existence, it would be documented. It wouldn't be a speculative creature. It
That's
would
a good
be
point
proven.
with the trail cameras.
Yeah.
They're everywhere, and we got them to the. Right now, I got 5 of them live. Right.
Yeah.
And they
How
are
many aliens have you caught on your cameras?
0.
Exactly.
Okay.
I've got-
It sounds like
I've
you've
got
got
a
as many
couple
as
Well,
you
they're
got
smarter,
Bigfoot.
dude. They're smarter.
do-
They're not coming from Earth.
I do
bro.
have some people that are trespassing that I cannot identify. On my
If you can
camera.
identify these people.
Yeah. Please
Look at
dial.
that.
Please dial this
1-800. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that at this point, if that was the case, there would be evidence. That's
More
not
evidence
maybe
from like trail
refutable.
cameras,
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
true.
get you
Because
on
my
that.
cameras shoot me pictures on time, and
Yeah.
there's millions of these cameras in the United States.
You don't think, okay, just let's not totally focus only on Bigfoot, but you don't think that there's still species of animals that live in forested type areas that we haven't discovered? Because I feel like there should be, there probably are.
There are animals, but if they're that big as Bigfoot, that
Yeah.
you can't hide that, man.
You think smaller
Somebody's
animals
come
would be
across
easier?
it.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
it'd be
talking about like toads and tadpoles at this point. You're
Maybe.
not talking about 8-foot tall creatures.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, you
there's no
have good
chance.
points.
There's no
I'm
chance.
just like, I just like playing devil's advocate a little
Mhm.
bit is all.
I say there's 0 chance that happens in our world with the amount of exposure they would have.
Yeah.
That it would not be documented at this point, or have somebody with a camera in their
Yeah.
hand, because everybody's got a camera.
Yeah.
all
You make
day,
good points.
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about your camera points, man. It makes me want to elaborate more on the whole technology aspect of this, and like how do we feel about that? It's like no matter what you're doing, you could be recorded, right? There's cameras
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
We're getting recorded everywhere.
Yeah, it's like
That's why I stopped pulling my penis out in public.
yeah. Well, you so
Good
I
for you.
mean,
That was a bad habit. You were doing it all the time, just whipping it
yeah,
out.
I'm glad you're not doing
And-
a helicopter anymore. And
Yeah, dude. I mean,
blowing
fucking,
leaves around.
like you remember like Jackass, like Party Boy?
Yeah.
You just like run around just like in
Yeah.
a banana hammock, just dancing on people, basically.
you probably couldn't get away with that anymore.
Definitely
Probably not.
changed my wardrobe.
Yeah. And now you got these cargo pants that you've had since 1987.
Yeah,
I just
no.
don't worry about it, I guess.
Yeah, I've
Etch,
had these
'cause-
shorts since I was 6.
Yeah.
You just don't. You care about getting recorded. You just don't-
No, it is. I mean, if what are they going to see?
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody like you,
Well,
you're probably not going to see
What,
a whole
but what
lot.
does it matter?
But
right?
have you
Like-
ever seen? They
Yeah.
call them Karens, right? These days, these mamas or older women that are like,
Over dramatic.
yeah,
I want to speak with the
yeah,
manager.
and they're like they're
Mhm.
fussing about, oh, why are you recording when they're not doing nothing wrong. So I feel like a lot of people feel totally different about it as you, and I mean I agree with you. It's like I don't do nothing. It's like worth filming, right?
So I
But-
think there's kind of like a couple schools of thought on that, or trains of thought. Like I'm with Jesse. I don't really care.
yeah.
Like what am I doing that's so interesting to the government?
Exactly. Well,
But-
hey, look,
but-
listen. You
Or
put
just
the
the
government
public.
in there. I
But-
didn't.
or just
you're
the
getting-
public in
Or
general.
the public. But
you know,
Yeah.
here's something that a lot of people. I'll give them this, and this isn't how I feel about it, but some people just value the idea of privacy. They
Yep.
just, even if they're not doing anything illegal, they just like the idea of nobody's watching or nobody's supervising me.
That doesn't exist in America anymore.
It doesn't anymore, but
Yeah.
but
Anywhere in the world.
some people would like to believe or try to get as close to that as they
Yep. I
they
agree.
want, regardless of whether they're
And
doing
maybe
s-
that's why when
Yeah.
I get off work, I take a drive in the country. And
Yeah.
Katie gets mad because I might come home 15 minutes late, but I might drive outside town, go by your dad's, and come through the country.
But you like decompress kind of doing
I
that,
do
right?
because I don't have that opportunity anymore. When I'm coming home from
Yeah.
prison,
Especially that kind of work.
you know,
The shit you can see
I'm
and you
coming
have to
home
deal
from
with.
a-
got out of prison again today.
yeah,
Fifth time this week.
It's a fact though. When I leave
Yeah.
that freaking place, I need a little bit of time to
Yeah.
decompress before I come home. I take my time, come through the country, I relax, I look at the wilderness, which you guys know I like, and
Yeah.
I just
Calms you.
calm myself down.
Yep.
And then I go to the house and I walk in the door and I hope to be pleasantly welcomed.
Sure.
And I definitely don't think that I'm being recorded when I'm out there. And if I am, it's from above.
If you got a, if
And
you got
Or
a,
like,
it's
fuck
a trail
not,
cam.
maybe not from your camera, but
I'm talking your
this thing's-
phone. Even
this
your
thing's
phone.
always listening,
Yeah.
dude. It's always listening.
And I'm not, when I say recorded, I don't necessarily mean your physical recording. I'm talking about your voice.
that
even the
thing
things you
definitely
say.
picks up on things you say.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, half the time I'll
Definitely.
be talking about like, oh, I'm really interested in buying a unicycle, and then all of a sudden my Facebook feed's
Ads
like,
for unicycles.
yeah.
I'm the
It's like
best
I've literally
unicycle
never
And
seller.
typed in-
tomorrow you're gonna find unicycles on your.
I've never typed anything about unicycles, and now it's like, oh, you like unicycles?
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Maybe we
What?
should both buy
Yep.
unicycles.
I agree.
Have you ever ridden a unicycle?
No.
I'd
kinda-
like to try.
I want to try one. Does
I'd
anybody-
like to get a motorized one. They have them.
yeah, you're right. I have seen
Dude,
those.
you stop for a second like
I had to think about it. I just kind of thought.
I see
But hold on,
your
hold on. You're talking about like an electric one, but for some reason I thought of one where you're like you're pulling on. Like, where the hell's the engine on that
I'm
thing?
sure
Yeah.
dude?
someone's
Powered
built one, but
unicycle.
nah, that's what I was
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
the electric ones.
No. Those are pretty cool. But now I want to try a unicycle. Where did we go with this conversation? This is like the
Yeah, we
most
started
ADD
off-
conversation
Yes,
I've
this
ever
is
had.
how we're
It's
supposed
super
to go.
ADD.
And we're talking about electric things here.
No, we started off thinking about
Denver Airport,
Denver
and now I'm
Airport,
buying a unicycle.
And then
No.
you asked about like being videoed or,
Well,
or
yeah.
recorded on.
yeah.
You know what's crazy is you talk about electric things. You know how you go to the big cities and they have those electrified like scooters and shit. you
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
rent?
the ones you can rent.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
I find those in the randomest ass spots, dude. It's like it ran out of time and it's down the interstate and shit. It's like why would you ever chance your time going down the interstate? You think
Wait, they took it on the internet? Wait,
Yeah,
for real?
Yeah,
Hold
dude,
on.
I found fucking like abandoned electric scooters on
you're-
the interstate.
if
down
you're in
Carbondale.
St. Louis, I believe it's called Green.
Yeah, no.
Green?
Oh, the,
well, I was
the
down
company
in Carbondale
Uh-huh.
cleaning carpets at the college. By the way, that's a whole nother
cleaning
subject.
carpets at Carpetdale.
Carbondale.
Carbondale.
The
No,
college.
I heard you. I was.
Uni-
The
being-
university.
Oh, you want me to bust this voice
Oh,
out? So you can
here
hear
it
a little
is.
bit better. Carbondale University. It's a university village.
I think it's called SIUC.
Yes.
It's called SIU Carbondale because it's actually in the fucking town of Carbondale.
Yes.
Whoa.
I ain't talking about
Language.
the Edwards
Children.
brands.
They're
They
the
used to
children.
Why are
Oh,
you being
I'm
so
sorry.
aggressive, Etch?
Yeah,
Sorry.
he gets that way.
Jesus.
Sometimes.
I wish you could throw bags that well.
Oh, yeah? Well, I wish we had bags here. I'd out throw you right now there, Paul. You're talking
Never-
shit when you ain't got nothing to back it up. I like your timing, buddy.
Hey, it's never happened, has it?
This
No,
guy's
yeah.
this guy's good.
I used to
Oh, I
party
know.
in
He's good.
Carbondale.
He's good. You used to party in Carbondale?
Mhm.
Well, as we're
I don't like how
elaborating-
your eyebrows went up when. Oh, uh-huh.
Oh,
I partied.
That's one of the.
yeah.
So when I
Bunch
was.
of big black dicks.
No.
Whoa!
Hey, look, listen.
Whoa!
Listen, this conversation got way too weird. We're gonna narrow it down a little bit to, hey, I heard Carbondale was a really cool place to party. How about you elaborate?
This went off
Do
script
that.
really quick.
Way
No, I mean,
That's your fault.
Damn,
there
I
is
didn't do
a,
this.
what?
I did
That
this.
was all you.
no, I had a,
He's out here dropping the
I had a
BBC
buddy
over
who
here.
played. He was a pitcher down there.
Huh?
I had somebody I went to school with. He was
Yeah.
a pitcher down there. He's actually a minor. Todd Eaton.
Oh, Toddy.
Yeah, he actually went to minor leagues. I actually met up with him in Arizona when I was actually working out there too.
Yeah.
What'd
So-
you do out there?
Construction work. That's a different topic for a different day. Maybe the next topic after this one.
Well, you brought it up. I thought I'd ask.
Well, we'll do it next. But so I've always heard.
Is that why you
he
got
always said
fired?
there's like a big party week or some week or a couple days where it's like a big deal down there.
Right.
I
know
think
it-
it used to be Halloween,
Yeah, maybe
But-
that's what it was.
but I never partied there,
okay.
like for Halloween specifically.
Right.
Oh, so you didn't get
Right,
too
right.
crazy on Halloween.
I didn't.
Yeah, because dude, some of the stories I was told is kind of crazy. So
It was fun.
yeah. Well, that's old college days here. We're gonna go back on me working on the road. Yeah, I worked on Arizona, out in Arizona for a while.
You worked on the state of Arizona.
Yeah, actually,
Did you build the state line?
yes, it's
You
hard
constructed the Grand
work.
Canyon.
Yes, it's a lot of work, but when you take granules and you
What a
glue them
guy.
together,
You're a legend.
I am a legend. No, actually, jackass, I didn't work on the state of Arizona. I worked in the state of Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona, yeah, by the stadium.
That's a new. Is that what they renamed it? There's an N in there.
Yeah.
For
Well, you know
Arizona.
what? When you've been out there long enough, you pick up some lingo. That
Oh,
you
is that what they
Illinois
call it?
people wouldn't nothing.
You're just a foreigner, Joe.
Yeah, yeah, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
If you lived out there for 6 months, you'd know what I'm saying, but you don't. So it's all right. We could talk about it for a little bit if you want, or you could keep.
No, continue
correcting
about
everything I'm
Arizona.
saying.
What was this? This was so. What was this?
What'd you do in Arizona?
Arizona, yeah. So no,
Arizona.
we remodeled hotels, man. We went in and
Yeah.
we pulled all the furniture out. We repainted them, put new carpet down.
You painted the carpet.
No, we painted the
You
walls.
took the
put
carpet
new
out and you
carpet
repainted the
down.
carpet. Sorry, I'm just trolling at this
Yeah,
point.
well, you're one of those. Okay.
Where is this going?
I hate for your next Pokemon podcast to go down because someone's trolling your ass now.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be
You
me.
came to one of my streams.
Yeah, well, I'm about to come to all of them now and troll.
I hope
your
so.
ass. Yeah, just get
I
your phone. No,
bet, dude.
I'm not helping
Bet.
you.
I'm gonna ban you, Etch.
Yeah, you're gonna get banned so fast.
I'm an admin too.
So anyway, while we're talking about Arizona, talk about where's the best place you've ever traveled to outside Illinois? Because Illinois sucks. So where have you been?
Can I?
You
Yeah,
can go
start.
first. You can go
Man,
first.
I love Destin, Florida.
Florida. Yeah,
Man,
I've heard
so
quite a
good.
few people go there.
Destin's awesome.
Yeah,
The waters. Me and Katie went in November.
yeah.
That's our anniversary month, and this year's our 20th anniversary.
I think you need to go to Dustin then. I'll
Probably,
buy you a dinner if you go.
I'm probably going to take her there again because we wanted to go to Hawaii, but since Darren's back surgery that we didn't expect,
Yeah.
we kind of put that on the back burner. We were going to go to Hawaii. I probably will take her to Destin again this year. We had a really good time. There's not a lot of people there in November. It's a high tourist area during the touristy months,
Summer
June
months
through
yeah, yep,
October. The water's crystal clear, man.
yeah.
Crystal
hear-
clear.
The
I hear a
Gulf
bunch
is
of
where it's
people.
at.
Yeah,
That part of the Gulf is awesome. I took her to this. I based our last trip on everything about food because Katie loves food. We went to this place called Louisiana Lagniappe, I think it was called. It was a fine dining restaurant. That was where we actually had our anniversary dinner. That was 5 years ago. We went to a place called the Cracking Egg or something like that. No, the Breaking Egg? I can't remember. Everything we went to was about expensive food.
Yeah.
So even our breakfasts were like $100 breakfasts and things like that. We had a great time
it was
down there.
fine dining.
Oh yeah, it was everything we did was good.
Yep.
We're talking Bloody Marys for breakfast, and everything was fantastic. And we loved the water, even though it was cold. Because when we went, we flew in at 3 a.m, and the temperature was like 78 degrees. By the time we got up in the morning, it was like 40 degrees.
Damn, really? So it changed
Yeah.
that much?
Yeah. So we thought we were going into when we left St. Louis, we actually left from was that the airport there by
The
Mid America?
Mid America
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Belleville.
We flew out of there, and we flew out, our flight got delayed by like 6 hours because it was like freezing rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we sat there until our flight could finally come in because they had to find us another airplane to come and get us. We sat there for 6 extra hours. They came and got us. And we flew into Florida. It was like 78 degrees, 75, 78.
Oh, nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
3 hours later, it was like 40 degrees in Florida. So we're in Florida, it's 78 degrees. And then we wake up in the morning and it's 40. And me and Katie walk outside and we're like, what the hell? This is not what we came down here for. And so the entire time we were there, we're out there on the beach. We write our name or the year or like anniversary date and stuff in the sand, and we're out there in our shorts, and we were freezing our ass off walking back to the hotel room like this was stupid.
Yeah. I was scared of the ocean, dude. I didn't want to get fucking stung by a jellyfish.
Well, if you ever get a chance or you want to, I'm telling you, without kids, I wouldn't go there with kids. Destin is amazing.
Yeah.
If you go there for a party, which I don't think your wife's down to do,
So no.
Crab Island is in Destin.
Yeah.
Water this deep and boats everywhere. And there's float up bars and everything like that. And you just walk up to them and get your drinks and hang out all day long. And water this deep that's crystal clear.
Sounds like my spot.
White sand. It's white sand. It's beautiful.
All right, Jess.
My favorite place outside of Illinois.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's definitely in the Bahamas,
Okay.
and it was.
I bet I was there.
You were there.
I was
and
there.
It was called Half Moon Key.
That's the best spot.
Ooh.
It was amazing. So we went with our besties and went on a cruise, and one of the stops was Half Moon Key, and Carnival owns the island, and it is shaped like a crescent moon. So you get taxied in on a smaller boat from the ship,
Okay.
and then because they own the island, you have all of your lunch and everything that's like Carnival lunch on the beach, and so you get all the food that you want. And we sat on the beach, and it was my favorite because of the area.
I say it was definitely the best we ever experienced because it was so. The water was smooth.
Oh my gosh!
There was no rocks under your feet.
beautiful.
It was
yeah,
soft
it was
sand.
so smooth.
No waves.
It was like we were in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Like
In
okay,
the
so
ocean?
because it's
Yeah, it's
crescent,
super clear.
because it's crescent moon shaped, the beach and where you swim at is all within that lagoon
It's like a cove.
that the moon makes.
So there was no big
So
wakes
there's no
or waves.
no
Yeah,
waves,
that's awesome.
nothing to knock you over. Water was so warm.
No rocks.
No coral, rocks, or shells or anything in the water. It was all clean and smooth, and you could see literally to your toes in the water. It was so clear.
Mhm.
It was gorgeous, and our weather was gorgeous, and we just played in the water and on the beach all day, and it's been my favorite spot.
And I was probably half misspoken because now that you say that.
You're like,
Well,
you're-
no, when I talk about cruises and everything like that, I
Yeah.
tell everybody, I'm like, the best place I ever been on a cruise was Half Moon Key.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking stateside
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when I made my response, but
Mhm.
that place is magical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally magical.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a spot where you cannot see below you. It was perfect.
Yeah,
It was
amazing.
crystal clear water,
Mm-hmm.
everything you want.
Yeah.
Like when we went to Princess Key and things like that, you had all those rocks to walk
Mhm.
over.
And the
It was cutting
the
your
wake
feet.
and
Oh, it was
yeah.
terrible.
The wake.
Uh-huh.
We went to Joel.
Huh.
Your best nap.
Bimini,
Bimini, your best nap.
Mm-hmm.
best nap ever.
That was rough.
I'm a napper.
That,
I'm a napper.
He is. He sat in a clamshell and he napped for like an hour. But that water was rough.
Mm-hmm.
And he still napped
And there
through
was
the
still-
rough water.
Well,
I
he
wasn't in the water. It was on
he-
the beach.
He was on the beach.
Oh,
but the water was
and there
choppy.
was,
Oh, I gotcha.
hey, there was a
thought you said
tropical
like a
storm
boat.
coming through
Yeah.
at that point in time.
That
I
morning.
wouldn't call it a
yeah.
tropical storm. It's just a storm.
It was a storm that came.
It
through
wasn't
that
like
morning.
a hurricane hit or anything.
I didn't say hurricane. That's why I didn't say
Well,
hurricane.
You said tropical storm. People
Those are
like,
different.
tropical storms turn into hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
This is just a
Francisco.
rainstorm. Is all it was. It's just
Okay,
a rainstorm.
there was a big storm that came through,
hmm
and we had to delay our exit off the cruise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we got off the ship and we got to Bimini, the water was still choppy.
Yeah.
It was very choppy.
Yeah.
And then we got in the water a little bit, but it was not like calm like Half Moon.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
Half Moon was just something
Oh, it was
Out of this world.
That's a
otherworldly.
di- yeah.
out of this world.
Different
Uh-huh.
experience you probably
And-
won't get most
And
places.
Bimini was awesome,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
beautiful,
Yeah.
white sand as well.
White sand beaches, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they're good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this one was
It was rougher.
a lot more open
little bit
water.
different.
Open water.
Yeah.
So, Joel, you can answer the same because I feel like you can easily answer the same as her. So come up with something different.
Well, it's kind of similar, but it's kind of different at the same time.
Well,
My favorite place to go is the Gulf of Mexico, and I mean on a ship. So
you
let
want
me
to be
explain.
on a boat.
On the boat. So
On a boat.
So again,
On a boat. Sorry.
talking about cruises.
I'm on a boat, bitch.
So I've been on several cruises, some with my family when I
Yep.
was younger, and several as an adult. And what I like about it is when you're finally out in the ocean and you can't see land anywhere. It's so humbling, and like especially at night when it's just, you can sometimes see lights from maybe faraway places or other ships and things, but it's humbling, and like it's so peaceful and serene. There's no cities. There's no like the air's clean, and then you got the ship part of it. I'm never going to be rich enough to own a yacht.
You sure,
But I'm-
dude?
Maybe.
I'm going to get there.
I don't know.
Buy you. Yeah, no, sure.
I hope so. You find out that cheat code
Yeah.
for money.
code.
Simulation. I'm trying, dude.
But what I really like about the ship, and I know a lot of people have never been on a cruise, get a little freaked out about
yeah.
the ship part, the open ocean part. But once you get comfortable with it, what I like about it is, well, the ship is great. All your entertainment and food is
So
it's all provided.
available.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy for upgraded type things, or pay for if you wanted to go to the casino or something like that. But it combines everything I want. If I want to do things that are more engaging, they have activities like shows and competitions. Like we did trivia nights, and they do bingo and all kinds of things like that. They have things for kids.
Yeah.
But if I just want to chill out on the deck,
Play
I can
mini
do that.
golf.
Take a
if I
nap.
want to play mini golf, taking naps. Yes, for real. If I want to go to dinner, I go to dinner whenever the hell I want to go to dinner,
And it's provided.
Mm-hmm.
and they've got everything
Etch.
on there.
Cruises I'd never done before in my life. Now it's my favorite thing to do.
It's so much fun.
You
To do.
travel.
Yeah.
You get to travel.
Mm-hmm. And see
But
multiple
you're,
places.
you're doing the things you want to do while you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why you're moving, dude?
You don't have
You're-
to worry
You're
about it.
booze cruising, dude. While you're
That's
moving.
right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you
It
can.
seems
You have
like
no
something-
responsibility,
Oh man,
You can pay
You're-
for the
You
alcohol.
got me
You're
there.
traveling.
No responsibility. Traveling.
and
Take
you're
2.
drinking while you're doing it.
3.
Sitting in the pool.
Can we eat food too?
Yes.
Yes.
All the food
All
you
the
can want.
time.
Everything you want to do.
You want a
can
burger right
do
now?
while you're doing it.
24-hour food.
I'm sold.
You want a hot
Pizza.
Pizza,
Pizza
anytime you want?
at 3 in the morning.
It
Uh-huh.
takes-
Go tell them what you want. They'll make it.
soft serve.
you
Anytime
don't
you
even
want.
have to convince me. I'm okay.
And by the way,
Like a zombie, let's
by
go.
the way, the staff. This is something I think people often don't mention. The staff are so friendly. Like
Usually, yeah.
like no, 98% of the people you interact
So
with
it's a
are
lot
so
of 'em. Okay.
Yeah.
they're almost okay. Like this isn't a bad thing. They're almost all from foreign countries. Okay,
Well,
because
all of 'em- all
they're
of 'em are.
nicer then. 'cause
there's
Americans
almost-
suck.
well,
They're broke and they need money to sit home.
yeah,
They really do. They appreciate every
They're-
dollar
and
you
they're
give to them.
super duper friendly. They're super accommodating. I've never experienced anybody who was rude
Yeah.
on a trip, and just going with my buddy Paul. Paul doesn't know a stranger, so he makes 100 new friends when he goes on a cruise ship, whether it's passengers or the staff.
It's fact.
Dude. You want to make friends with staff because you're like, hey, that's that Paul guy.
Well,
gives me
They
good
will
tips.
treat you
The
good.
difference-
Yeah,
Exactly.
they
The
will.
thing is,
they'll
I-
remember you.
I don't care about our personal differences. I want to know you, and that's how I treat them all.
Yeah, there ain't nothing.
I,
wrong with
I just
that.
want to know where they're from,
They're not used to that.
and I don't ask them anything about their life. I mean, I just try to engage and,
Yeah.
and talk to them
Just be
Be
friendly.
friendly.
Yeah.
personal
Yeah.
level,
Mhm.
and we get pretty engaged on. They want to share their life.
Yeah.
We're even Facebook friends
Yeah.
with our
Brian,
Brian,
Our waiter.
our waiter for
Yeah.
dinner.
and that was our first cruise.
Yeah. I do that at demos. I feel like I get extra friendly there. Because
Like
I'm the
demo
same way.
derbies?
Yeah, I'm in the same way as Paul. Like I don't mind making a new friend here and there, and I know a lot of times I'm not going to see these people again, so it don't matter.
Do you just start your conversations with your creepy voice, like, "Hey, how you doing over there, buddy?"
I don't always say, "Hey, Joel." No, I don't always do that because probably I wouldn't make as many friendly conversations. Might have a lot of people wanting to like hit me because it's kind of creepy. Only for you is it acceptable.
You got a huge ass dick over there.
Can I ask you a question? Do you ever use that voice on your wife just for funsies, like to push buttons?
Yeah, all the time, and that's why she hits me.
I wondered why you hit a black eye, man. I really did.
She beats me.
No, she doesn't.
Well, all right, cool. I tried to. Hey, look, listen. They always tell you to vent. I tried to vent to a guy. He didn't believe me, and that's why we shut the world off, folks. That's why we shut the world.
You had it coming.
Nah, I'm kidding. So we talked about where we've been, and I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of on the conversation of places, right? So we've talked about where we've been. Where do we want to go? Is there a place that we really want to go? Because I know I'd really. And I had the opportunity when I was working in Arizona. I wanted to see the Grand Canyon, right? I really wanted to. And I still want to. But my ass didn't want to take the 2.5-hour drive to go see it.
You were already in Arizona, and you couldn't.
I was 2.5 hours away, Joel.
2.5 more hours to see the biggest hole in the world.
Listen, I was trying to make a biggest haul in the world, all right? I was trying to
What?
make money.
What?
Biggest haul.
Haul.
Oh, I got you.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like,
sorry, I had to
wow.
explain it. Anyway.
Filthy person. You know?
That was a really funny joke.
Honestly, is one of the things I kind of regret in life. It's not like, and I don't really regret it, but it's not like a big thing. It's that I was literally that close to going to see something I've always wanted to see. And
Take your family.
Well, maybe one day. It's not out of the cards, but I was there. I could have seen it.
But
So I'm telling you my sad story. Where's one of you, like, Paul, we're going to start with you. Where's a place or somebody? No, I'm sorry.
two
Where's
places.
a place you want to
there's
go?
two places I want to go.
All right.
And neither one exists without my wife, my friend Joel, and my friend Jesse.
All right. Well, you could put any predicament in it.
No,
That's
we're
cool.
going together.
That's cool.
I know where
where
one
are
of
they-
these places
Where are you
is.
going?
We're going to Australia.
Australia.
Okay.
Yep.
You're gonna go see a dango ate my
We're
baby.
gonna do a cruise around Australia because they do that. You fly into Australia and you take a cruise ship and go all the
Cruise
major
around.
cities.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
That seems
And
awesome.
see New
They know
Zealand.
that. We're gonna
Dude.
do that.
Whew.
And
That'd be
then
awesome.
I also want to do the Alaska cruise.
Yeah, dude. I've known a bunch of people that's did that. That's like my
Those are
mom's
two
dream.
like
Yeah.
polar
See whales.
opposites, but I think
Yes.
it'd be amazing.
Yeah, the
and,
whales.
it'd be amazing, and I think we could find time for that.
Oh,
Oh,
we
yeah.
will.
Yeah, it would
Oh,
be
yeah.
expensive, but I think we can both afford
We're gonna do
a
it.
14-day cruise.
Yeah.
I
It's
just need
gonna
to get
happen.
the kids out of my house first.
Yeah, it's just good. Hey, you got 2 more years, right?
So-
One of them's damn near out, right?
Put that in quotation marks. 2 more years.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe 2
she'll
more
meet
years
some
before
guy
one of them
exploding
moves
or
out.
something, all right?
And I might remind you, I have a 7-year-old.
So
Yeah.
you got a lot longer to wait.
No, I ain't gonna wait.
He's not gonna wait
I'm
that
not gonna wait.
He's
like,
not
no.
waiting.
I'm not waiting for anything. I'll be dead if I wait.
There's dude. There's nothing wrong with that.
I want to go to Australia and I want to go to Alaska, and
Yep.
I want them to be involved
Yeah.
in it.
Well, that's cool.
Mhm.
Look, I don't. Just so we're not doing the same thing. I know you guys want that as well. Pick something different, Jess, and let's go.
European tour.
Europe, like where? Like where? in
All
Europe?
the places.
All the places.
Pre or post nuclear war.
Stop it. I
I'm
just
saying.
want to
You better go soon.
hit all the highlights of the European tour. I want to eat all.
You realize how long that'll take?
I know. You better prepare yourself.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
we're
gonna
going.
happen one day.
I'm
You
going to
gotta
have to
be
sell all
old.
my damn Pokemon cards to do
Yep.
this.
Well, that's what
Sorry.
your Pokemon's about.
Sorry, not
It's
sorry.
selling for that,
Brother.
You're preparing. You're preparing.
Sorry, not sorry.
You're preparing.
Wow. I can't hang that trip on my wall like
But
the
listen.
Pokemon cards.
Think about all the places that you could nap.
Yeah, all the night, dude.
You
napped.
can't see them on the
Yes.
internet, Joel.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
You gotta experience them.
Yeah.
You gotta sell your
Exactly.
I
Pokemon
like
cards.
experiences.
I know you like naps when she's mentioning it. Look at all the places you can nap.
I want to
That's a
be
good point, though.
like
She knows me.
I want to
Yeah.
be a little touristy with
Yep,
it. You
yep.
know, I want to see the hot spots, but I also want to have an authentic experience with it too. Like I want to experience the authentic food.
Yeah,
in each of the areas, not
Yeah.
the Americanized, just off the tourist area restaurants. I want the authentic version.
Yep.
Like where the
Sicily and
like where the real people go
Yeah.
that live there.
Yeah.
to
So
eat.
there's always touristy places
Yes.
like everywhere you go, and then you
Yes.
got to really talk to the people. It's
I
like,
want off the beaten
yes,
path. I want
off the beat,
authentic.
yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I want to see the historic places,
Yes.
all that stuff, but I want to eat the good
Yeah,
shit.
I want the authentic
Uh-huh.
shit.
Uh-huh.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I love food.
Same.
Joel, what you got to say, brother?
I want to go to Japan.
Really?
Mhm.
I'm surprised. Is it because you're going to be the tallest dude there or what?
Gosh.
I mean, I might. A couple
you want to
reasons.
go to Okinawa, where the original Karate Kid fought that battle
Yeah,
and saved that little girl.
that's exactly right. How'd you know?
I knew.
Don't give up, dude.
No,
Paul.
no. Several things. Probably first and foremost,
There was a hurricane that came
there's
in. Tsunami.
they're very friendly to Americans.
Yeah,
so, like, I like that.
Yep.
They actually want us to leave.
Well, then why would they be so friendly? Doesn't make any sense.
Are you meaning like more in a military meaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to go as a tourist. I think they're friendly to tourists.
Yeah.
But I'm a big Pokemon fan. I
Oh,
like
they like that
sushi, and I like a lot of their food, and they have some beautiful scenery too.
Yeah.
Like different. I like the culture.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be really cool to go and visit some Eastern culture.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of their art and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
If you wanted to go
Interested in
anywhere
that.
that far to what we consider east, I think Japan would be the best. I'd love to go to Japan.
Tokyo, I think, would be cool.
Yeah.
It's really really
Okinawa,
condensed though.
probably
You have to go somewhere.
I'd prefer somewhere rural like Okinawa, like I said, but
yeah.
that's my preference.
yeah.
A fishing community.
Sure.
You like Paul? You like fishing? You a fisher guy?
Yeah.
You like getting those big old bass or what? You a catfish guy? You
I'm a
like getting
catfish guy.
bass? You like?
Catfish.
I like catfish.
I like
Catfish,
I
yeah.
fish for catfish. I like catching bass and crappie and bluegill, but that's what I do when I'm trying to wait for the catfish to bite.
Yeah.
Oh man, bluegill tastes so
Have you
good.
ever went on a fishing exploration or whatever?
I have,
a
but
guide
not like
and all
not
that.
like deep sea though.
Yeah.
My experience was, I know we're talking off topic now.
There's no topic. We're doing my thing.
My only big water fishing experience
Yeah.
was like the Great Lakes,
Yeah.
Lake Michigan,
Yep.
salmon, stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude,
I've been there. I've done
Yeah.
that. It was fun. It was
fresh
cold.
water?
yeah.
It was very cold, and that water. Look at Lake Michigan, man. That sucker's like what 1,000 feet deep.
Yeah, I swallowed way more Michigan water than I've ever wanted to swallow. So we went out on a backpacking trip. There's a fucking island out there. I don't know what the island's name. It's been years ago, but there's a little island out there, and you can go stay, and you can pinch tits, and you can camp, and
You can what?
camp, and you can backpack. They call it hiking, but
Tents.
backpacks and tents.
That's not what I heard. The
What'd you
first
hear?
time for the record. I
Tits?
heard like
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tents out there depending on when you go.
I mean,
But
you
you
said
gotta-
it, man. You said
But you
it.
gotta fucking take like a ship out there and stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, you're so far out in the middle of Lake Michigan, you can't see land. So it's like you're in the ocean, dude. It's
I
kind of
believe
crazy.
they call it trekking.
Trucking.
Trekking.
Oh,
Trek.
Trekking.
Trek.
T-R-E-K.
trekking. Okay. Yeah, this has been a long time
They
ago.
call it trekking.
But we went out there and we did that, dude. It was awesome, dude. And we went out swimming, and there's this big ass wakes from the big ships that go through there, and I swallowed a bunch of water.
I swear we were setting bait at like 800 feet.
I bet, dude.
Deep.
It's a huge,
It's deep.
dude. It's huge. Those lakes are ginormous, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those and the rods we were using, the reels were like
Oh.
this big.
Yeah,
They've talked about that lake being haunted too.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
they
didn't feel
the
haunted.
lighthouse.
I felt
that-
fed. But
Yes, I felt spirits guiding me to come here one day and do podcasts with Paul, and it ended up being ginormously great. So that's how it works,
Uh-huh.
right?
I just like looking at you to make you feel awkward.
Well, you know, it
I feel
works
like saying,
every now and then.
Joel, I felt like saying, "Sheesh!"
sheesh.
On the first episode, when they said Jesse was like, "And Joel's here," and I was like, "Sheesh."
You also ended with sheesh.
I
too.
did.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
it's got to be your thing. You should continuously do that. But man, this is popping in my head. Sorry, I'm ADHD. If you haven't heard that,
You're super ADHD.
Yeah. So the next topic I want to talk about is the pyramids in Egypt. Right, we're going crazy.
Okay.
One
Okay.
just crumbled, if I remember right.
Yeah. Well,
One just crumbled.
it crumbled.
It crumbled.
See, your source
And they're
of
saying it's like
current
bad,
knowledge, Paul, is what we need on this podcast.
bad juju. I
Is
believe
it bad
one of
juju
the-
because it crumbled?
Yeah, they feel like it's
Like a curse type thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
because
Is
one
it
of them
is it because the world's cursed or is Egypt?
No, I
cursed?
just think that it's fucking old.
That's
It's
what I
fucking
think.
old, and old shit falls
So-
apart. That's what I think.
I
It's not
obviously
the
don't
Mummy
want to talk about
Returns.
how old it is because we all know it's real old.
They said it's a bad juju.
Yeah.
Yep.
My thing is, I think the most thing I'm interested in is
Yeah.
like, how was it built? Because we hear all
Aliens.
these theories. That's what I'm on, but my theory is not right. We hear a bunch of. I mean, I hear theories. A bunch of dudes putting logs down. Let's push these big ass stones hundreds of miles.
That they cut to perfection.
Yes,
By the
so
way,
I guess-
with handmade tools.
I guess what I'm asking, Joel, I'm starting
Yeah.
with you because you seem like a person that needs to start this conversation.
Sure.
off.
Yeah.
What do you like? Do you feel like it's something that we did by hand with no help? It's just like, what we put some cut down trees and we're pushing these big ass stones with a bunch of dudes, or what do you think about how we built or how they built the pyramids? You tell me.
I honestly don't know.
You have no. You literally have no theories on it. I mean, all the school.
We watched something one time. I think Jesse watched it with me, where they talked about. No, it wasn't the
Oh,
pyramids.
it wasn't. It was the
It was-
pyramids of fucking
No, we were talking about we were watching.
Cahokia Mounds.
Shh. We were talking about it was Easter Island with the Moai or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Where they talked about how did they get they carved the guys out and then how they got them down
Yeah.
to the beach, and they talked about how
How they walked them.
they so this isn't the pyramids, but it's still ancient
elaborate.
civilization.
Dude, elaborate.
So you know on Easter Island they had
Yeah.
those giant like head statues. They're
Yep.
called the Moai, I believe.
Mhm.
Or is that what it is? Moai, I think it's what
I
they're
don't
called.
remember.
I
and-
think that's what it's called, but I'm not 100%.
Moai.
The people that live there, the indigenous people or the people who remember, when foreigners, we'll just say Europeans or whatever, would come ask them like, how did they get them to the beach? The natives would tell them, well, they would walk them down, and they're like, well, how the hell? What does that mean? Like, so what? The best way they explained it was they'd carve the Moai out of the mountains by hand. I mean, it would take them months, years
Yeah.
to get them out. Once they got them out, they attached these like rope type, I guess it would be kind of like ropes,
Mm-hmm.
to like the top, and they'd lift it up and it would be straight up. Imagine it straight up, and imagine it where at the top of its head it would have a rope like on both sides,
Yeah.
maybe even multiple ones on those sides. Okay.
Mhm.
And they would have a ton of people.
Yeah.
You know, imagine 40, 50, 60
Yeah.
people on each side. Maybe not that many, but a lot. And one side would pull to try to get a little bit of, like, they'd lean him,
Yeah.
and then the other side would pull. And they'd kind of like rock it back and forth and slowly move it forward. And that's what they meant.
So it would literally walk.
So that's what they
Okay.
meant by walking it. I mean,
Mhm.
again, I don't know how many people they had involved, but it was
gotcha.
a lot.
So
and
you're
that-
saying they walked these big stones? It
Mhm.
wasn't. It
So
wasn't. They
It wasn't
rolled
actually
them?
being walked. It
or
just
physical force.
just because they would keep rocking
Yeah.
it back and
Mhm.
forth and pulling it forward. It would be almost symbolically like
So,
it was walking.
Joel,
Mhm.
Yeah.
my question is, do you call bullshit like I do?
I
On
don't-
that?
Yes.
No, I don't
Well, they
think so.
tried
mean,
it. They actually
they
did an
demonstrated
experiment
on
and
how it
showed
worked.
how they could do it.
I mean, I think in instances back in the day, I feel like they had certain knowledges of like physics that we don't know, and so maybe they knew where to
Regarding
put the strap.
hard work, I agree, but I don't think they did that.
Dude, I could show you a video on it, man. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's very believable when you see
Because they
it.
got a group of people together
Yeah.
and got one of the stones.
Yeah,
and
some
they
of them
actually
weigh
did
like
it.
what?
Oh,
is
I
it,
know.
6
Yeah,
to 8
I know.
tons.
They're a lot, but they did it. They showed it.
Oh yeah, the fucking ones above the main room in the main pyramid is
They
like
were like
10
6
tons.
to 8 tons, man.
Yeah, the one's like 10
Oh, we were
tons
talking
or
about the
whatever.
Easter Island thing. Like they
Oh,
walked
okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
Easter Island.
Yeah, that's what I'm
people.
talking about is Easter Island's
Not
Moai.
not the pyramid.
Oh, okay.
Stones.
So okay, to clarify,
Yeah.
sorry, I
Difference.
thought you were
Not
talking about that.
pyramids.
No, not
Pyra-
the pyramids.
Yeah, dude. I know nobody can see this, but this is like how they would do it. You see this?
Yeah. Yeah, he's showing us a video of how
Oh.
There's nothing on there.
we they
Here,
can
like this.
manipulate it. Yep. So yeah, they like he said they put the straps up above and are walking the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's
We watched
definitely
that.
possible, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know it seems like it doesn't, like it wouldn't work, but
I mean, they obviously knew something. I feel like sometimes, especially nowadays, I feel like we rely on technology too much. Like we just expect things to like we can type it in a computer and it's gonna.
right.
But we don't take physics and shit like that into account.
Or
anymore.
hard work.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We just kind of go with the flow. It's-
What's the easiest way?
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's gonna eventually, I think, screw us in the long run because we're all gonna get so lazy. I mean, just no offense to the kids these days because they're not all the same, but I mean, if you go back to when we were younger,
Yeah.
I feel like we were way more hardworking, and maybe I'm just being a biased old guy, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the kids today are like they want to make $30,000 or whatever, $30 an hour or whatever. They want to make the most money as possible right away or whatever. And it's like sometimes you got to work your way up. You know, You
That's
can't
the
always-
problem, though. Is now we're bringing up another subject, which is compensation.
Yeah,
And compensation today is not what it should be compared to what it used to be.
and maybe
I'm
not.
just saying, like, you talk about $30 an hour. That's roughly $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
And most kids these days are urged to go to college.
Yeah.
And they get a college degree.
Yep.
Now you have a huge debt,
Oh yeah.
and $60,000 a year is not going to pay for that education you just paid for, and now you're stuck under that.
No, unless you're
Debt forever.
you're getting a job that's making good money. I mean, and a lot of times you're not. You're
Like
you're
I
not
said,
even getting a job in your field
You
a lot of times.
can't find a job in your field,
Yeah.
or you find a job in your field that does not pay
Full-
enough
Yeah.
to support your income,
Yeah.
or
To pay back your loan.
your
Yep.
life plus your debt.
Oh yeah. I know people that went and got
Jesse, do
degrees.
you still owe
and-
money?
Yeah.
Jesse still owes money
Yeah.
on her college education.
Well, I know people that went and they did all that thing and they were paying on their fucking
Jesse's
college
40.
degrees for a long time. Yeah.
Well, I had a setback though. I was poor for a long time.
You did, but you still been paying on that shit for a long time.
Yeah.
And it
Well, that's
doesn't
how the
make
system's
sense.
set up.
I know it's screwed up
Mhm.
because I believe that the college education, and I've been there, I've done it. I believe it's set up. We're way off topic. College education's
There is no topic. We're just riffing.
we
Yes.
really are at this point, but college is really you pay for credits. That's it. It's all about money.
Yeah.
Fact.
Mhm.
Tell me otherwise, because a lot of the stuff that you're required to take in college is not relevant to the degree you choose
Or to the
get your
actual job.
education in.
Well, 98% of jobs can be taught, man. There's nothing that virtually little of jobs out there you
Okay,
can't teach
so-
somebody.
There is a fact when it comes to specialized degrees like my job,
Medical, yeah.
nursing.
Well,
right?
yeah,
I
that-
need to
you're
know the
probably in
human
the 2%.
body. I need to know the anatomy.
Attorneys.
But when
Yeah.
it comes to a lot of other degrees,
Yeah,
like
they can be taught.
education and things like that, where most of the classes you're required to take, you would not ever think that you'd have to take them because they're not relevant to your
What you're
degree
doing, right?
or what you're going to teach.
Exactly.
I wish more school was set up more like trade school or
Yes.
like licensing or
Yeah, sure.
certification type
More
of education.
specific.
Yeah, because then you're getting more of the actual knowledge needed for that specific.
Like, I
Yep.
think
job.
Joel, if he wanted to go into a job of broadcasting, which I think he'd be good at,
Thank you.
there'd be positions or classes that'd be relevant to broadcasting.
Like
right?
a broadcasting
What-
certificate.
Why, now,
right?
why should he be taking a life science class
Right.
to do broadcasting?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That don't make sense.
Right.
I mean, even when I was in nursing school and I had to take all these other bullshit classes like sociology, how did sociology help me out with being a nurse? It didn't. I was giving lectures or speeches about. I gave a speech one day about the Electoral College. Now, how was that relevant to nursing?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't relevant at all. And to this day, it's not helping me be a better nurse or provide better care to anybody.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why we waste our money on these classes that are not relevant to the practice we're trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
perform.
I think it's the system, Brad. I think that's
Oh,
the
it's
how
definitely
we got
the
way
system.
off. It's about money.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like if I could charge you to specify or like get like what you want to do, you can just take those classes, or I could charge you to we'll take science and we'll take math and we'll take all these,
That's
and I
what.
can charge you for that too, and I'm going to charge you more. Make
That's
more
what
money.
all the elective classes are about. It's about money. They're
Yeah.
not relevant. They say
They're not
electives.
relevant.
You have to
Depending
pick,
on what you're going to do.
you need to pick these electives.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about money to get credit hours paid for.
Yep.
They're not relevant to what you're doing.
No.
Why are electives required?
I think there's two problems.
I had to take art history.
Yeah.
How is that relevant to nursing?
It is not directly related to nursing. I
At all.
100% agree with you there. I think the first problem is the price of higher education comparatively to wages, and this is what you were talking about first, right? It's so expensive. So the cost to go to college for our parents, our grandparents, substantially lower comparatively to the incomes afterward, and because it's been shoved down our, we're all millennials here, right?
Yeah.
It was shoved down our throats by our parents and society at that time that if you don't go to college, you're like almost looked at as like second class.
Yep.
Because you didn't go to college.
You won't amount to anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
And before I go on to my other topic, I'm just going to say, boy, has that like completely backfired, because
Hell yeah.
now the trades,
The big push is
the
trades.
trades right now are in such a high demand, and they make fucking bank. I mean, most of them do, right?
Yeah.
A lineman,
Yeah.
a plumber, electrician, all those
Boilermaker.
guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Iron worker.
if you can do it, I mean, the people.
It is physically demanding, but
It
that's what
is.
America needs is more
Yeah, yeah.
we
infrastructure,
need that.
infrastructure workers
Yeah.
in America.
Oh.
And I think that's where Joel,
Yeah.
everybody's talking about this. That's where we need to start pushing our kids towards.
Yep.
They don't all have to go to college. College ain't
No.
for everybody.
No, it
Oh.
ain't.
Dude, real quick, Joel, before you go, I
Yeah.
remember when I was in school and I was graduating, and they always give you your guidance teacher, and they give you jobs that are gonna be the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was all tech, like IT, like computer jobs, right? Dude, those jobs right now are gonna be those jobs you're talking about, like physical hands, use your hands, like
Yeah.
it's gonna
The
switch,
top
man.
jobs to fill.
Now,
Yeah.
It
now
bounces
IT.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're
Because-
not, but it's not as
For
in
the
high
last
demand.
2 decades, they pushed IT to the point where there's no jobs for
Super
IT.
oversaturated.
That's what I'm saying. And now,
Yeah.
It
so
is
now
pretty-
there's
it is
nobody
pretty
that's
inflated.
doing like construction, who's doing plumbing, dude. For every
We can't find nobody to build a
for
fucking
every
house.
for every 5 construction workers, plumbers, like all those trades, for every 5 guys that's retiring, one person's replacing them.
That's
So
why
guess where
we've
we're
been
so
cursed.
guess where we're gonna be
The
at
problem
in 10 years.
is
There's
that
not gonna be any of those
they
guys.
they deflated the necessity for those manual labor jobs.
yes.
They deflated the cost for those manual labor jobs and made them feel so worthless that nobody wanted to go into them. They're not paying them appropriately. So if you paid people appropriately,
Yeah.
like roofing's
Yeah.
not an easy job. I've been there and done that.
Yeah.
I built pole barns.
Yeah.
Those people need to be paid appropriately.
That's a whole topic for something. Yes.
I'm just
I
saying,
agree, I
like
agree.
those jobs aren't something that
Yeah.
everybody wants to go into because they are
Yeah.
hard jobs to do. Right?
But there's other places that's arguing for, like, no offense to anybody, but they're arguing let's pay people who flip burgers more money, right?
I
like-
flip burgers for $4.85.
Yeah, and I'm not talking smack
did
about
not
it.
feel-
That's an entry level job, right? That
Yeah.
job was
Yeah.
never meant to support a household.
Nope. You should.
That's what they want it to be, and we can't. It's not sustainable. It can't be, right?
Yeah,
Those
I never
jobs aren't
expected to
meant-
get paid more for what I did when I
Yes.
flipped burgers.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
jobs aren't meant to. I'm not supposed to have 4 kids and a wife that wants to stay at home and go to McDonald's or Burger King and flip burgers and take care
No.
of my family. That
Yeah.
job was never meant to be like that.
Yeah.
But that's where they're wanting it to get
But
to.
when we talk about technical jobs that are still physically demanding, like the labor
yeah,
jobs, roofing, iron workers, laborers, construction workers, those are all jobs that still require high technical ability,
yeah, I know.
Engineering.
I do it.
ability
Yes.
of intellect,
Yes.
and
I agree.
should be paid appropriately.
Yep.
And I don't know why people in our economic status would look down on that, because if I was a kid, we wouldn't look down on that.
No.
Nowadays,
Those people are building your houses that you're living in, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but nowadays
We've
everybody
encouraged our
looks down.
kids to do, certificates or trades. I
And
mean,
that's-
our son
Yeah.
I think
right
that's,
now
that's our
is getting
status.
his certificate as a diesel mechanic.
Yeah, and he should.
19
There's a
years
lot of
old,
money in
and he's
diesel
making
mechanics.
more money than I would have ever dreamed
Yeah.
of at 19
There's a
years
lot
old.
of money in
But I
diesel
think
mechanics.
that's our locality. That's where we live. But
Yeah.
a lot of suburban people do not look at those trades in the same regard.
Oh, I know.
They look down
But we
at
also
them.
have a different perspective too.
Correct.
Most parents, I think, in general, want their kids to still go to college at this point because that's what's always been drilled into.
I don't care if my kids
our
go to college at
generation.
all, as long as they can support themselves.
Same.
Yeah.
And
So-
yeah, I totally agree with that.
So I want to go back to the college thing for just a moment. I totally forgot what my second point was, but definitely the main thing was that it's a lot more expensive now for a kid to go to college, or really anybody, not just a kid, but anybody to go to college. But I want to just put out there that I don't put anybody down who has gone to college,
Oh no,
who's
definitely not.
gotten a degree. You worked hard for it,
Yep.
and you deserve it if you got it.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the price tag on it is hyper inflated, especially considering the job market. Some job markets that are just super inflated. The one thing I think of is teaching.
Oh,
How many like
Everybody's going into teaching.
well, maybe it's simmered down for a while, but I know when, like, my sister, she got her teaching degree in the mid 2000s, and she had a hard time finding a job locally. Now, if she wanted to go somewhere that was maybe a little more urban, where the demand for teachers was a little higher, she could, but she wanted to stay close. And it was just because there were so many teachers. So when a spot came up, there was, a dozen different people trying to get those jobs. And she ended up not, she's not a teacher. She has a teaching degree, and she's, college educated. And I'm very proud of her for that.
Yeah.
But, and businesses will hire you for a degree, even if it's not necessarily in the field that you're going for.
It's the commitment, right?
It's the signal of it's a symbol of commitment to what
you
you've
got
done.
your degree. You're committed.
But there's still that level of, like, man, it still kind of feels
yeah,
a little bit like wasted money. When you went to college, you had this in mind when you were getting your degree, and then at the end, if you're not in that field,
yeah.
I'm sure that kind of feels like a little bit, like not fully wasted, but it just feels
Has to feel like
Yeah.
a little bit.
I mean, I could feel like
There's
how
only a certain amount of
wasted.
degrees, I believe, that have a significance in education
Yeah.
in college.
Yeah.
And that's like I just said, nursing,
Yeah.
being a doctor,
Yeah.
a lawyer,
Yeah.
maybe an architect.
Yeah. Those are all important
I mean,
jobs.
those are jobs that require you to have a higher level of education. A lot of the things
and
we
you
learn,
should.
Yeah.
Look,
to do
listen, if you're
jobs-
gonna do like you said, the medical aspect, you're a
you
nurse,
need
right?
to know something about
Yeah.
medicine.
I don't want
Pharmacist.
some idiot
Yeah.
doing anything that involves my body, right? And I'm no offense to anybody, but I feel like those jobs we should have a lot higher
Expectation
yeah.
for education.
Yes, because
But
like
those
you're
classes
operating on
awful,
people, you're doing things.
those classes also apply directly to what they're doing.
yeah,
And they have to
specialty.
have life
Yeah.
science practice.
they should.
But a lot of, like I said, a lot of the other stuff, you're taking classes that don't apply in any
Anything.
way
Yeah,
to
that's-
the degree you're getting,
yeah,
and then you never utilize that education you got at all.
yeah.
I definitely
It's
got
all
the,
about money. It's money for credits.
Yeah,
That's what
I
it is.
definitely got the most benefit out of the business specific classes that I was taking for my business degrees than I got out of
yeah.
the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think college is one of those things we can elaborate on all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is a good time to wrap up. We raw dog it 2 episodes with me hosting. I appreciate everybody who's listening and who continues to listen because we love doing this podcast for you guys. So we're gonna end it right here. So see you guys later. Bye.
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 Till the end, best for